In the deep stillness of the forest, where the fog clings to the trees like whispered secrets, a question has echoed for centuries. Are we truly alone out here? Hidden in the shadow of the pines, stories speak of a towering creature, hairy, silent, and vanishing just as quickly as it appears. Some say it's folklore, a myth to scare children. Others speak with trembling conviction, eyes widened by what they saw and can never forget. Welcome to the legend of Bigfoot, a mystery that refuses to die. Step by step, we'll follow the trail through history, belief, and the unknown. Long before explorers and newspapers, before the name Bigfoot was even imagined, the forests whispered a different word: Sasquatch. Indigenous tribes across North America spoke of giant beings, guardians of nature, watchers in the woods. Described as tall, strong, covered in hair, and deeply intelligent, these beings were not monsters, but something older, something sacred. Their stories weren't tall tales, they were warnings. Respect the forest or risk disturbing what dwells within it. These legends, passed down in sacred songs and symbols, suggest Bigfoot didn't appear in modern times. He's been watching us for generations. By the 1800s, the age of explorers and frontiersmen brought new eyes to the wilderness, and with them, strange discoveries. In 1811, famed explorer David Thompson reported enormous 14-inch footprints etched into the snowy Canadian ground. They were too large to be human, too deliberate to be coincidence. Soon, the press began printing sensational tales of wild men seen lurking in forests, creatures that walked like men but looked like beasts. Newspapers called them forest giants and hairy hermits, fueling the public's imagination. But for those who claimed to see them firsthand, it wasn't imagination. It was a chilling brush with the unknown. In the shadow of Mount St. Helens, 1924, a group of miners had an encounter so terrifying it made national headlines. After seeing large ape-like figures near their cabin, the men claimed their shelter was attacked during the night. Rocks were hurled from the darkness. Heavy footsteps circled the cabin. Growls echoed through the trees. By morning, the men fled, rattled, and certain of one thing: they were not alone. The media dubbed the attackers mountain devils. But what were they really? A hoax? Mass hysteria? Or a rare glimpse of something ancient and enraged? Then came the footage that changed everything. 1967, Bluff Creek, California. Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin captured what many believe to be the clearest image of Bigfoot ever recorded. The figure strides confidently through the clearing, tall, muscular, covered in hair. It turns briefly toward the camera. That glance, that moment, burned into history. Skeptics call it a costume. Believers point to the anatomy, the gait, the muscles that flex beneath the fur. Decades later, it remains the most analyzed footage in cryptozoology. If it's fake, it's a masterpiece. If it's real, we came closer to the truth than ever before. But it wasn't just blurry photos and shaky videos. In 1976, a man convinced the FBI to test hair samples believed to be from Bigfoot. The agency quietly analyzed them. Then, silence. For over 40 years, the results were locked away. In 2019, the documents were finally declassified. The result? Unidentified animal hair. Not bear, not human. Just unknown. The mystery deepened. Why did the FBI take the case? Why hide the results for decades? Questions linger, like footprints in fresh snow, hinting but never leading to certainty. And it's not just in North America. Around the globe, similar creatures are reported in remote regions. The Yeti, roaming the Himalayas. The Yowie, haunting Australia's outback. The Almas, whispered about in the Mongolian wilderness. Different names, different lands, but the same description: tall, hairy, bipedal, elusive. Are these cultural echoes of the same being? Or is there a species, ancient and intelligent, watching us from the shadows of every continent? Theories swirl like mist. Some believe Bigfoot is a reclusive relic, a surviving branch of Gigantopithecus, a giant ape thought extinct for thousands of years. Others say it's an undiscovered hominid, a cousin to humanity that escaped our spotlight. Skeptics scoff, citing hoaxes and misidentifications, yet every year, new footprints are cast, new sightings logged, new whispers added to the legend. If it's all a lie, why does it never die? And if it's real, why has it stayed hidden for so long? No bones, no bodies, no undeniable proof, and yet the legend lives. Bigfoot persists not just in stories, but in the eyes of those who say, "I saw something. It moved like a man, but it wasn't one." In the stillness of vast forests and mountain valleys, perhaps something ancient walks, silent, watching, waiting, and every now and then stepping just close enough to leave a trace before disappearing back into legend. Thanks for watching. If you've ever felt the presence of something watching you in the woods, maybe you weren't imagining it, have a story to share, drop it in the comments. And if you're fascinated by the strange and unexplained, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because this is only one mystery of many.